Today I'm going to be sharing with you one of the most disruptive of all PvP builds that will allow you to defeat groups, entire parties of enemy players in certain zones. And those certain zones are none other than World of PvP boss zones, group dungeons, anywhere where the mobs are extremely tough. Now, why would you want to go in here and fight groups of players? Well, it's quite funny because the build I'm going to show you costs almost nothing to re-gear, and you can potentially make millions. I have been doing this off-camera for over a year now, and it is one of the most profitable PvP activities that I have ever bothered to do. And with that said, let me show you the build and how it works and why you would want to do it, okay? So, here's the build. You're going to be using the Elder's Ironclad, I'm sorry, not the Elders, just the Ironclad staff. Just use a flat 4. Again, everything I'm wearing, just use flat 4. You don't need tier 5 or tier 6, okay? Use the Ironclad staff with a cartwheel, with stun run, and of course you have Hurricane. For the passive, I just go with the Stunning Strike. You won't really be using this much, but the reason you use these abilities is this allows you to move forward slightly faster. It also knocks up players and NPCs, which are these monsters over here that I'll talk about in a minute. Stun Run just lets you run faster. If you hit a player, you can stun them. It's all around really good. And finally, the meat of the entire build is the Hurricane. When you cast this on a player, you will knock them extremely far away, and your goal in zones like this, I'm at Astolat right now, is to knock players into these monsters so that they get aggro. Now, the rest of our kit is extremely cheap. You're going to use a beef sandwich. Look at my HP, 3.1k. With a beef sandwich, I'm at 3.5k. That's going to let you survive many, many more hits. For your mount, you need at least a tier 4 ox. I'm using a tier 8 here, but use a tier 4 ox, okay? You want this build to be as cheap as possible. You could go with a tier 6 chest piece if you want for more HP. Now, let me tell you about the chest piece. Okay, you can use any gathering chest piece. I'm just using a Skinner one. You don't have to use a Skinner one. Any gathering chest piece works. And the reason why we're using a gathering chest piece is for the ambush ability that turns you invisible. The gathering chest pieces compared to Assassin's Jacket will give you more armor and more maximum health. So that is why we use it, so we can go invisible and tank more hits. For your boots, use the Skinner's Work Boots. This gives you an ability that makes you invisible to mobs and lets you run at an insanely high speed, okay? So you can get away from players and you won't aggro mobs, which is very important for running away. So the way this works is, if you're in danger, you're going to run near a bunch of pack of mobs, and if anyone dares to follow you, the mobs are they're basically your friends, because you're not going to aggro them with the boots, but the enemies chasing you will. And people will chase you. They'll see a fast-moving target they're not familiar with, and they'll try to kill you. They'll chase you, and then they'll get down by the mobs. You just turn around and then kill them. Alright? For your helmet, you're using a Harvester Cap, because not only can you put players to sleep, this also turns you invisible, and this is your main ability to actually execute a player. So the way it works is, you're going to ride into these dangerous zones on your Ox, and because I'm on an Ox, I have a lot more survivability. These mobs hurt really bad. Look how much damage they're doing to my Ox. But with an Ox, it will allow you to ride past these mobs and lose aggro. So there we go. We lost aggro, and our mount took half of its HP. This mount has 2.2k HP. Alright? Very dangerous stuff, right? Your tier 4 Ox will do just fine. You don't have to have tier 8. And then you'll get to kind of a little safe area where you're surrounded by mobs. When a player's party enters, that's you just kind of avoid the players, right? You just kind of ride away. They might try to hit you, but you're on an Ox, you're really hard to kill. And what's going to happen is, as enemies, actual players chase you around, they're gonna get in the aggro radius of these guys, and they're gonna have to fight. And you're gonna let these guys down the enemy players, and you might, help them out a little bit. Just kind of knock them into the enemy mobs when they're fighting. If they're fighting a boss in this big little circle here, you're going to help them out, help the boss out. You're basically policing the area, so to speak, okay? And with that said, when you need to escape, if your mount is despawned and you're off your mount, you have invisibility from your helmet, you have mob invisibility from your boots. You're not going to die to mobs. You may die to players at some point, but if you manage to kill a few players and scoop up some decent loot, just get in between a safe point of mobs, summon your mount, and then use Journey back. That's it. It's free loot. It's millions and millions and millions of silver, and I'm only releasing it now because well, I don't really have many other ideas, and this is a powerful one, okay? This is absolutely game-breaking when it comes to just trolling other people and getting their loot. And with the recent Black Zone changes, it's a lot harder to rat loot now, so this is one of the better ways to do it. So this might dismount me here. It looks like it will, but that's fine, because I can just use the boots, and look, they ignored me. See? It's fine. And they also reset aggro, so I'm over here now. If any player wants to follow me, they need invisible to get around these guys. They're going to need multiple invisibilities, right? And I'll be able to just summon my mount in 10 seconds. And if they try to come at me, guess what? If they get in here and they start tussling with me, I position them above me and then I whirlwind them into the mobs. Now, and these mobs are going to kill them pretty damn fast. I mean, look how much damage they do. Watch. Look at this. Okay, these guys don't hit so hard, but that's like, they're still hitting me. Like the dog is hitting me really hard, okay? You gotta be aware of those pit bulls, man. But anyway, I have an invisibility there. I have another invisibility with my R. I can stun a player. I can knock them around with cartwheels. I can whirlwind them into mobs. I can mount up and leave. There's so many different ways. Now, to execute a player that's near a mob, you'll have to go invisible and then click your execute button, okay? As in you just click on them to kill them. Looting them is another story. It's a little hard to loot players when they're in the mobs, but again, you can just loot them, run away a bit, cast invisible, and you're safe. Then you journey home on your mount with all of your loot. And let me tell you right now, just a regular tier 4 entire set, it's like maybe 15, 20,000. It's super cheap, and you just sit here, and you can just, like, you don't even have to actively play. Like, it's kind of like exfil camping in Tarkov. You just sit here with this open on your screen, and you just have your headphones on, and you just wait until you hear something. And you stop watching anime, you click over, there's a party, you knock them into the mobs, execute them, take their loot, and then, you know, there you go, there's your premium for the month. It's that simple, it's that good. Now, looking back at a lot of my videos, a lot of you guys are like, oh, why don't you show footage of it? Why don't you show footage? And the reason for a lot of those builds is because I have plenty of videos on my channel where I actually show off the build. I show off the build in several different videos. Whereas this one, I've never showed it off on my channel before, but I'm going to go ahead and redirect you to a channel that does. That channel is called Darth Incarnate, okay? And I'm just going to show you right now the video that this guy hasn't uploaded in over a year, sadly. I don't know if he died or if he quit or what, but here's a video in question that shows off this build in absolute perfection, okay? It's right here. It's by Darth Incarnate. You can see the name is Astolet Police 1. So just type that into search, go watch his video. It's only got 1.4k views. I wonder how many views that will get him. But guys, go watch this video if you want to see the build in action. I can't show this video to you on my video because that would be copyright infringement. I hope, you know what? I didn't have my display capture active. Hold on, sorry. Whoopsie doodle. give me just a sec, guys. I'm gonna try to get that back. See if you know what? It's oh, here we go. And it's probably gonna play an ad, so let me mute my sound. Hold on, just there we go. I'm gonna have, just give me a sec, guys. I'm gonna get the audio back on. So amateur me. I clicked on the wrong video. Okay, wrong video. Whatever. Just type Astolet Police 1. That's all. I'm sorry I can't show you like a still image of the video, but I hope you understand. Anyway, guys, I'm Swole Benji. Thanks for watching. As always, be a bro and stay swole. Come out here and do some Astolet policing. Okay. Oh no, they're attacking me on my mount. You can just, you're gonna learn all of these little pockets in here where you can run to be safe, where you can drop aggro, okay? Like right about here. There we go. So now I'm safe. Simple, right? And then you can let your mount regenerate. You can move about the area. Mostly the bosses they're spawning in the middle here. I guess they're not here on the test room. I don't know. Whatever, right? Guys, videos every day. Come back tomorrow for another video. Make sure you're subscribed. I read every single comment, so make sure to leave a comment. Leave a like, of course. Helps out the video tremendously. Tell me how much money you made from this build. Go try it out. It's super cheap. And it's going to make you a ton of money. It's going to piss everybody off that does Astolet. I'm going to tell you, like, if everyone comes out here and starts policing this place, it's going to be some fun times, that's for sure. Because almost no one does this anymore, right? Like all the clans and all the groups, they come here and they just have free farm on it. And it's not okay. It's time for us to take Astolet back, guys. Oh, thank you so much for watching. If you want to leave a monetary donation, click the thanks button down below. My headphones recently broke. I used them for 6 years. They're $14.99. They're called JVC Flats. You can look those up. I need 15 bucks for new headphones, guys. And if you want to become a channel member, click the join button down below. It's $5 a month. It's like being subscribed on Twitch, but it's on YouTube, and YouTube is way better than Twitch. Thank you so much for all the support, guys. I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it. Mwah.